Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. My name is Alex with Alabama Pinball, and today I'm going to be taking you through Data East Star Trek, the 25th anniversary from 1991. Not the deepest of games, it's a fairly simple rule set, but there are a few things to do. One of the things I'll initially point out is that you'll see 8 inserts spread across the playfield of targets that you need to hit in order to light multi-ball, which is probably your best basic strategy on the game. There are a couple other ways to score some points that we'll get into as we play, so let's see what we can do. The skill shot, you just shoot the ship. It'll give you 1, 2, or 3 million points, and will get progressively harder depending on which ball you're on. The kickback will start lit on every ball. So at this point, our major goal is to light the 8 dilithium crystals here on the center of the playfield, which is accomplished by getting both in lanes, both sets of drop targets, these 2 targets right here, but on either side of the roving target in the center there, and the right ramp. There will also be the left ramp lit on the second ball, but it does give you the first one when you start the game on default settings. So this will give us our right in lane and give us a shot at the drop targets. Left in lane and right ramp, missed. And that's the end of the ball. So not very much progress there. We'll see if we can get anywhere on the second ball. So there's 2 million points off the skill shot. And this game does not have a ball save, but what you'll see here is that the light crystals scoop on the left side is lit on your first ball. So let's say you don't want to shoot the drop targets. You can shoot in that and it'll give you credit for one of the lithium crystals. Now, usually it will give you the lowest numbered number on the sequentially numbered the lithium crystals, and that should have given us credit for that, which it did not. So now the only thing we have remaining to light multi-ball are the 2 sets of drop targets on either side. And also on the first ball, it will give you credit for we'll get back to that in a second. So I started a mode there called Ramp Millions, where if you crisscross the ramps, it will allow you to crisscross them continuously for 1 million points until you stop. So what I'm looking at here is that we have a full set of targets here and 1 target remaining on the right. If I'm able to shoot this scoop, it should give me the number 7, which will allow me to skip having to knock all 4 of these down in favor of just having to do the 1 for number 8. But of course you have to hit it in there to get credit for that. Of course we'll take what we can. So now what's happening is that the shot in the center rows back and forth. You shoot that and it'll lift up the ramp for your transporter. Shoot the transporter and it'll start multi-ball. So this will give us a really cool animation on the back glass here where the away team will transport to a planet below, and it'll be our job to shoot the center to light jackpot again underneath the ramp. So there is quite an emphasis on that center shot. So I've hit it now, and I've got to put one under the ramp, which will give us a jackpot. Boom. Oh, got rejected. Oh! How unfair is that? So it is a time shot. If you run out of time, it'll give you a chance at restarting by shooting the center shot like that. And somehow I got credit for that jackpot without hitting it under the ramp, which is fine. That is a backhandable shot. So, let's see if we can get control here and figure out what we're going to do. And now at this point, after you get a jackpot, you have to shoot a ramp and then rinse and repeat. So we'll shoot our ramp, see if we can hit the moving target, and that'll light our jackpot under the ramp. Boom. Oh, another rejection. Remember, it is time, so you can't spend all night here. trying to figure out if you can get it in there. You got to go. So, on the next time around, ramp. That'll light our center shot. Too many things going on at one time. So, that's your basic strategy for the game. And then it starts you back basically where you were, but you'll notice that it did give me, it did light the left ramp rather, for this second go around. So it makes it a little bit more difficult to get back to multi-ball. And crisscrossing ramps will light extra ball, which hopefully we can collect here. And I missed it. Extra ball will be lit until you drain, which I almost did. And there you go. There's collected extra ball. And on the second time around, it's not quite like the first time where you can just go into the scoop and collect a number. It'll only light for a brief period when you roll through this right in lane. So we'll see if we can work our way back around to another multi-ball here. Well, we've hit the center target enough to start unlimited millions, which is another scoring strategy of this game. However, it's not one that I would recommend because it's so dangerous, but it is quite valuable because it gives you an increasing amount for each shot during the time period. So we'll see if we can get our 5 here. It didn't give us credit. Too hard of a shot. Okay, so now we're back around to where we only have our 7 or 8 left. There are a couple of different ways to do it. And what I've just done is start a frenzy mode called Triples in the Transporter that will give you 250 or 100,000 per switch. Looks like it's somewhere around there. It's not really a good scoring strategy, not something you want to go for. 1, it's a random award, and 2, it's just it's really not worth all that much. So I'm going to let that go so that I don't tilt up my bonus. I've got 6x bonus at 5.7, so decent second ball there. Good thing to pick up extra. So we're going to play that out. Just notice the skill shot is the same as when we started the second ball, so it doesn't get more difficult. And in true extra ball form, that was the end of that. So I missed the skill shot on the third shot. It would have given me 3 million. So the only thing I have left to get back around the multi-ball is to complete the drop targets on the right side. The other option, which we can maybe try for, is to try to get that brief lit scoop from shooting a ramp, coming through this end lane, and then into the scoop. Missed it. Yeah, see, it only lights for just a couple of seconds. So we'll try that. It's usually a pretty safer strategy rather than going for the drop targets. Okay, so that'll give us our start multi-ball shot here in the center on the roving target. So this game has been modified a little bit. I've made normally it's a larger round drop target in the center there, and I put in a flat one just to make the game a little bit more difficult. And we'll backhand it under the transporter, and we'll start a multi-ball again. We get that really cool. This is one of the best animated back boxes in pinball. It's really cool how they disappear and then reappear. You got to think this is way back before they had HD screens up there, so doing something like that was a lot more impressive then than it was now, and it would be now for that effect. So we'll get one underneath there for a jackpot, and then immediately once we score that jackpot, we can put it in for. We can go ahead and shoot that ramp to try to relight it. Oh man, that was brutal. So that's going to end our multi-ball. And really that's the gist of the game. There's not much else to it. This is giving me victory laps, which is giving me increasing points for how many ever ramps I can crisscross. Crisscrossing ramps is a really good safe tournament strategy in this game because it always will feed a flipper. So you'll notice here the collect scanner. This will give us a random award if we can shoot that. And so that one just gave us 350,000, which is a garbage award. It'll also give you what are called the ice planets, which are these two large blue inserts in the center. And if you complete that drop target, that set of drop targets, it will either give you extra ball on the left or 10 million points on the right. If you don't have that many targets left, if you don't have any targets left, it can be worth going for. So just keep that in mind as you go through the game. It's a really fun game. Like I said, it's not very deep. I wish there was a couple other things we could have showed you, but I think that pretty much does the gist of the game. So I'll leave you with a Bo and Karen's salute, and go play some more pinball.